Hey y'all, my name is Cody Mitchell, and this is my first My Little Pony Friends of Magic review. These I've checked on YouTube, and these reviews tended to do well when people review this. I mean, I have the soul, but it's not but I didn't plan on doing this. Seeing seeing how this review did. So not gonna lie, I couldn't bring myself to rewatch the episode again because of how bad it is and how damaging it is. So that's to give you an indication of what to aim for. But yeah, I figured I'd start off with the worst episode, or what I consider the worst episode, and let's be honest, may very well be the worst episode, objectively. But everyone has their own opinion. A season 9 episode, which it's either season 9 or season 8. But on that note, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's season 9. On that note, I can see why people think season 9 is the worst. I mean, I remember my first time watching it, this definitely is something to do. This definitely isn't the best, isn't the better forward that they could have offered. But I'm gonna be honest too. A lot of times with certain episodes, maybe certain episodes I haven't seen in a while or something, I go back and I rewatch them and I'm like, that wasn't so bad. I can't really remember why I didn't yak in the first place. I can see tidbits on why I didn't yak it and everything. I can kind of remember, but on that rewatch it kind of goes away. But unlike those, I don't think my hatred for this episode will ever go away. If anything, it'll probably get stronger. But the Crusade, which by its title, that's a cute homage to Indiana Jones, but that's about all this episode has going for it. The Crusade, as its name may imply, is about the cutie mark crusaders. Because they crusade, that's what they do, they have adventures. So it's about them, but this episode isn't an ordinary episode. It fundamentally changes. Unlike the situation with the Apple family, where we know kind of right away that the parents are dead, this episode fundamentally changes I won't say the core of the soul, but it fundamentally changes how we relate to a character. We start off the Crusade. I will go through the main point. Like I say, I couldn't bring myself to rewatch it. But we start off this episode with Applebeam and Sweetie Belle running through Ponyville looking for Goody. And we just hear a voice say, "We're at my house." And I'm like, no, from what? I mean, to be fair, we haven't seen a house before, but early on in the seasons, we got a glimpse of Scooty staying somewhere, just somewhere, and it didn't seem like really any pony else was there, or maybe if any pony else was there, we couldn't really see them. But yeah, that's the only gift we get, to be fair, but that's by far no, that's by far not the worst thing in this episode. I'm not as upset about that other people as other people were. I guess what it would imply I could be upset about, but I'm not as upset about that as other people. So we get Cutie with the Crusaders, and we find out she's had rotating door babysitters. I can think Twilight and Rainbow. Rainbow is the one I really want to focus on. Throughout the series, we've seen Rainbow Dash and Cutie kills to the point where they consider each other adopted sisters, to the point where most of the fandom on that side that I've seen wants Rainbow to actually adopt her. Not only that, but we've seen Cutie interact with Rainbow Dash's family. In one of the best episodes, ironically enough, one of the best episodes called Parental Guidance, which I will cover eventually, I'm sure. But that's one of the best episodes. Not only do we see that, but we're yet to believe that Cutie was an orphan. I mean, they never flat out say that, which I guess is the major cop-out this episode leans on. But we can pretty heavy infer that she's an orphan. Because, see, he's not saying, oh, I killed that parent like yours. No pony ever told me I would amount to anything. No pony ever told me I would be good at anything. So yeah, we could pretty much imply that. I mean, we could imply something else, but if we implied it for something else, I mean, that'd make Cutie's situation all the more tragic. And my point with that is, with how Rainbow Dash and Cutie are portrayed in the show proper, you think they would be a lot closer than they are. And y'all can say in the show they're pretty close. But you think they'd be a lot closer than they are. Y'all give Rainbow Dash babysitting her and everything. And we don't know how long that's been going on. But it's implied again that that's been going on for a while. And y'all can say if that's the case, you think Rainbow would bring it up? You think Cutie would bring it up? Babysitting escapades or something? You think they'd be a lot closer than they're shown to be in the show. But we move on. We get, cause I'm not trying to talk about this episode in chronological order. This is just the way things happen. We move on to Cutie at school. And she gets a message, I forget how. But she gets a message and she starts dancing and everything around the room. She starts getting all excited, all giddy. And one of the Crusaders asked, what's got you so excited, Cutie, basically? And the basically a question that where the editor says someone's coming, and Cutie says they're coming, and some pony, I think it's Applebee my coup, and Cutie says my parents, and yeah, I think every pony's jaw was collectively on the floor at that point. Because, I mean, what did I just hear? Did I mishear that? Sorry you didn't say that. But she did. And I can say that fundamentally changes what we know about Judy's character, because a minute ago I said Judy basically told Rainbow Dash, "Oh, I killed out your parents, no pony encouraged me or anything," and we were yet to be that Judy was an orphan. Well, turned out she's not an orphan. It's portrayed to be, I say portrayed because of what I'm going to get into next, but it's portrayed to be an even worse situation than we thought. But yeah, next up, her parents arrive. It's interesting that her parents are sent up. The scene I could send up to Steve Irwin and his wife. I don't know much about his wife, but I do know it's Steve Irwin parody when I see it. They're portrayed to be adventurous too. Like a crocodile gets in the cast room, and they have to wrangle it, and yeah, that's how we introduced to him. And after that, Scooty and her parents and their friends go to Sugar Cube Corner, and it just sort of a yeah down here, because the way they interact with each other, the way Goody and her parents interact, you could tell Goody thinks the world of her parents. And you could tell her parents think the world of her. So they're portrayed to be maybe a tad over eager, but they're portrayed to have a good relationship. But turned out the parents have seen all the stuff that we've seen go down, like with King Sombra and everything they've heard about it. All the things that Scooty puts herself in, all the dangers that happen in Ponyville because of the May 6th and Siete being there probably. But because of that, they want to move Goody. They want to move somewhere. And that's a problem with the episode, because and what's hard about this is they want you to turn against the parent. They want you to turn against them, but I mean, and I am in a way, but the worst thing is the episode doesn't go far enough in making us hate them, which is what the episode wants. It wants us to hate them. It wants us to root for Goody and everything. And how do I know that? I know that because of a comic that came out sometime later. I'll get into it at the end. But I can't bring myself to hate them. I mean, like I say, they seem a tad over eager in a way where they won't listen to Goody. They won't listen to her that they want to stay with their friends, they want to stay in Ponyville and everything. They won't listen to that. So the Crusaders, hijinks ensue and trying to get Scooty to stay there. And yeah, hijinks ensue, and they eventually do. Goody's parents eventually do capitulate. They sort of back down. Yes, Scooty stay because of an intervention with all the ponies that the CMC had helped, and they found their purpose in Ponyville and all that stuff. So that's good. But this episode really frustrated me because it ruined potentially three characters. I mean, Goody's parents, which did need to exist, they only existed because Hasbro didn't want Scooty to be an orphan pony, which is crazy to think about. I mean, they've had no problem with it before. So, I mean, why now? Why didn't the parents come sooner? Why didn't we know about them? Okay, specifically, Goody's parents are alive. They're just off working somewhere. That would have been fine. But no, they waited until season 9, the last season, to give us this episode, and which, this is something I'll get into a bit later in another episode, but throughout the series, the creators have been known to pull some gotcha moments on the fans. Like, from the way I say that, you probably know what I'm talking about. But basically, where they could tell you something or make you think something and then pull the rug out from under you and then say, haha, we got you. You thought this was really this, aren't we clever? Didn't we subvert your expectations? You don't control the narrative around here, we do. We can do whatever we want. Which is technically the case, but you do have to have some integrity with your fan base. And it even ruins Scooty a little bit. Because, like I say, every single time Goody infers that sees an orphan pony, or sees, doesn't have any pony out to look after her, or anything, that's why she wants Rainbow Dash as a sister, or an older pony to look after her. Well, you've got aunts, and you've got a house, and you've got babysitter that look after you. So, I mean, what's your angle here? But that's the problem with changing, which again, this is the cop-out to Soyeen on. They never specifically say that Scooty's parents are dead, or Scooty's parents aren't around anymore. So, they get to say, oh, you know that thing that we implied to you didn't exist? You know that? Well, turns out it did exist. It existed this whole time. We can't, just don't think about it too much. It existed this whole time. This was always a resource. So, yeah. And like I say, I didn't hate Goody's parents. I couldn't. They were nice to Goody. They had a good relationship with her. May have prioritized their work a little too much. I don't believe this. They said in the episode something like that, no pony else that can do what we do. Well, I'm sure there is. You could just train, or just try to train pony to do the things you do. Maybe not as well as you do, but that's why you're around. But you could try to train pony to do what you do. But they didn't do that. They wanted to do it for themselves. We'll see why in a bit, I guess. But yeah, I will say this episode could have been saved because I was thinking initially watching it, or maybe after the fact, I was thinking, okay, this episode could have been saved if Rainbow stepped forward to take Goody in, or if Rainbow legit. I mean, honestly, if the show wanted us to hate them so much, and to really be on Goody's side, and this is gonna sound awful out of context, but I'd almost prefer them to be out and out abusive. Because if they were out and out abusive, I mean, we could hate them and we could be on Goody's side, yak, the show wants us. And that wouldn't really compromise the integrity of the show either, of what we've been told and what's been foreshadowed, because, well, turned out, they really didn't have anyone to look after her. They didn't have anyone to tell her that she's special, or they didn't have anyone to tell her that they could do anything any pony else can do to fight a handicap. Because they abuse the parents, they abuse the ponies. So, yeah, I could say if that happened, it wouldn't really compromise the integrity of what we've been inferred to have happened. But though they try again, only this time in a much worse and obtuse way. I didn't bother to find out the name of this comic. I didn't feel like looking it up. But there's a comic that came out, presumably after the episode, I assume, where Goody wants to spend time with the parents. Goody wants to go off an adventure with them, or maybe the parents want to take her. I forget what, I haven't read it. But Goody goes on an adventure with her parents, and she's put in multiple dangerous situations. And she's bored, and she's lonely, and she wants to spend time with her parents, but her parents don't. I mean, to that credit, I guess they try to help her take an interest in their work, but they don't. In the comic, they didn't seem to care about her. They didn't seem to notice her. They were too engrossed in their work, to the point where Goody goes crying to her aunts about it and becomes emancipated from her parents, and the aunts adopt Goody's parents, yet the aunts adopt Goody. They had some ponies else adopt that child. Even though in the first few minutes, like 10 minutes or 5 minutes in the Ad Crusade, we see that they have a good relationship. We see that the parents genuinely care about Goody. They write letters to each other. Goody tells them what's going on. They don't always get back to her, but they try to be involved. Their work just takes them far where Goody not. And they wouldn't want to bring Goody in, because the whole premise of the Ad Crusade as an episode was they want to get Goody away from dangerous situations. So they couldn't even stay consistent with that. But, even after the comic, I couldn't hate Goody's parents. I hated Hasbro. I hated the executive. Because, the parents, yes, be honest, the parents weren't characters. They were self-inserts. Well, maybe self-inserts isn't the right word, but they were stand-ins just to show that you're Goody who has parents. You're Goody who has parents. He's not an orphan. You can stop that talk. You can stop that fan fiction. She's not an orphan. She has parents. They may be as little as involved as possible, but they have parents. But, yeah, I can say, even after the comic, I didn't hate the parents, I hated Hasbro, because the parents weren't real characters. The parents were stand-ins for characters. And, like I say, I hated this episode of The Passing. I'm not gonna go back and rewatch it. My opinion's not gonna change. My opinion's not gonna soften like it did with other episodes, because it fundamentally destroyed 3 characters for nothing. I mean, it just everything we thought we knew. And that's why I think most fans just try to ignore that episode, which is for the best. Cause, I mean, that episode was just executive meddling more than anything. It wasn't what Johan Fouts wanted. It wasn't what some members of the team wanted. By virtue of her parents never being introduced outside of this one episode. But yeah, I can say, if I thought off with the worst episode, well, there's nowhere to go but up. And the next time I talk, we're going way, way up. We're going to like the best episode of the entire series, if not the entire franchise. No, I would say the entire franchise. Forget the entire series, the entire My Little Pony franchise. The best episode. It is, in my opinion. Maybe objectively, but it is, in my opinion. Well, guys, thank you for listening, and God bless you, and I'll see you next time I see you.